Denmark has initiated a significant military deployment to Bornholm Island, positioning an elite army regiment and mobile anti-ship missile systems in a move that has triggered a fierce diplomatic confrontation with Russia. The Danish Ministry of Defense confirmed the arrival of the Bornholm Regiment, equipped with advanced Harpoon coastal defense systems and Caesar self-propelled howitzer, to fortify the strategically located Baltic Sea island. Defense Minister Troels Lund Poulsen stated the deployment served as a deterrent measure to protect Danish sovereignty and uphold NATO's collective defense commitment. The island proximity to the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad, home to Moscow's Baltic Fleet, has amplified the strategic significance of this militarization. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg endorsed the move, emphasizing the alliance's right to reinforce its eastern flank in response to regional security challenges. The Russian government reacted with immediate fury, summoning the Danish ambassador in Moscow to deliver a formal protest. Russian envoy Vladimir Barbin condemned the deployment as a direct threat to Kaliningrad's security and accused Denmark of transforming a once peaceful island into a NATO fortress. The Russian Foreign Ministry issued a statement warning of befitting and decisive response to the military activities persist, though it did not specify the nature of such countermeasures. Russian state media highlighted the deployment's timing, noting it coincides with ongoing NATO exercise in the Baltic Sea and follows the unresolved investigation into the 2022 Nord Stream pipeline explosions near Bornholm. The Kremlin spokesperson asserted that the island militarization violates previous understanding on regional stability and threatens vital Russian maritime interests. Bornholm's history as a demilitarized zone following World War II adds complexity to the current tensions. While Denmark regained full control of the island in 1953, historical sensitivities regarding its status remain potent in Russian strategic calculations. The new deployment include long-range precision weapons capable of striking targets across the Baltic Sea, significantly enhancing NATO's ability to control maritime choke points. Danish military officials clarified that their force stationed on Bornholm would conduct regular patrols and live fire exercise, with the rules of engagement permitting the use of force against identified threats. The Danish parliament approved additional funding for infrastructure upgrades on the island, including improved radar coverage and port facilities capable of hosting larger NATO vessels. The United States, under the Trump administration, expressed strong support for Denmark's action. Secretary of Defense Peter Hegseth characterized the deployment as essential for maintaining Baltic security and announced plans for joint U.S.-Danish naval patrols in the area. The U.S. Navy is scheduled to conduct exercises with Danish forces near Bornholm in October, potentially involving Oleg Burke-class destroyers equipped with Aegis missiles defense system. This show of force aligns with the administration's broader strategy of countering Russian influence in Europe's northern flank. However, some European allies, including Germany and France, have privately urged caution, worried that escalating military posturing could undermine diplomatic efforts to resolve broader East-West tensions. Regional security analysts note that the crisis reflects deeper pattern of confrontation between Russia and NATO. The Baltic Sea has become increasingly militarized since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, with both sides enhancing their naval and air capabilities. Sweden and Finland's recent NATO membership has further altered the strategic balance, enabling the alliance to potentially control the Gulf of Finland and access to St. Petersburg. Russia has responded by reinforcing Kaliningrad with Iskander M missile systems and S-400 air defense batteries, creating a highly fortified zone capable of projecting power across the region. The Danish deployment thus represents another layer in this complex military standoff, with Bornholm serving as both a symbolic and substantive pawn in the broader geopolitical contest. The situation remains volatile, with both sides monitoring each other's movement closely. Russian surveillance ships have been observed near Danish territorial waters, while NATO aircraft have increased patrols over the Baltic. Danish Prime Minister Stephanie Lose reaffirmed her government's resolve, stating that Denmark will not be intimidated by Russian threats. but also expressing openness to dialogue through existing channels like the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. The coming weeks will likely see further military preparations and diplomatic maneuvering as NATO solidifies its enhanced forward presence and Russia weighs its response options in this strategically vital region. If you made it this far, congratulations, you have unlocked the truth. I would like to ask you a question. Denmark's militarization of Bornholm Island has been met with severe threats from Moscow. Do you think this NATO move is a necessary deterrent or an unnecessary provocation that could accidentally trigger a wider conflict with Russia? Share your thoughts on this dangerous game of chicken. Let us know your analysis in the comment. Like the video and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.